Today I'm going to show you how I use my Stick Tight and my Quick Coat from Counter Culture. What you're going to need is a bottle of Stick Tight and a bottle of Quick Coat. You're also going to need 2 brushes. I like to use the chalkboard paint wax type brushes, just personal preference. I also use a small cup to put my Stick Tight in so that I'm not wasteful. I also have a bucket here that is going to catch any excess, and it does have a small amount of water. Stick Tight is basically like a wash. What you're doing is washing away all the oils. So here I have a hydro dipped cup. There are some oils from the paint on it, so I want to wash all of that off and then seal it with some Quick Coat before I put my epoxy. What this is going to do is prevent all of my epoxy from pooling away on any of the oily spots. So first thing I'm going to do is pour a little bit, and that might actually be too much. I pour it in here because if I do have too much, I'm able to put it back in there. Now, you don't have to have it on a turner for this. I'm doing it for the sake of the video. Like I said, it's a wash, okay? Just don't let it dry. If you do this long enough, it will turn frothy, like a soap. Okay, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but there is some soapy, bubbly stuff on it. That's how I know that mine is done. I don't always get that, but I would say that I do this for about a minute or 2. Okay, once you have all that, then you can start rinsing off. I found this bucket in the dollar section at Target during back to school. I think it was $1 or $2. We will also have buckets similar to this for our water slides at TumblerCon. For more information about TumblerCon, join our Facebook group or search our website. Okay, looks well rinsed to me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this finish drying. You can use a paper towel. Let me grab one. Okay. I would go, I mean, you could hit it with a heat gun. I would make sure it's good and dry, leave it sit for about an hour, just because you don't want any moisture to be sealed in there. Okay, now that that is dry, I'm going to remove my water bucket. I have a fresh cup and a brand new brush. I'm going to pour just a little bit into my cup. It doesn't take much, but again, I poured in the cup just to help save on this Quick Coat. I also have my heat gun handy. what I want to do, and I'll speed through this process a little bit after I tell you what I'm doing, I'm just painting on the quick coat. What this is a urethane sealer. So if any of you have ever worked with like polyurethane, what this is doing is protecting the paints, and it's also preventing the epoxy from separating. So as you can see, I'm just painting it on. I'm going to continue to paint until it starts to feel a little sticky. That's how I know it's about to be dry. Once I feel it starting to dry, I'm going to hit it with my heat gun. And if you want to speed up the process, you can go ahead and heat it with the heat gun once you know your cup is fully covered. Make sure all my edges, I don't want the epoxy to pull away. Okay, now I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. Okay, so what you saw there was it wasn't dry yet. I wasn't feeling the dryness when I was swiping. So to speed up the process, again, I was swiping with my brush while I was drying. Once I started to feel that it was starting to get a little sticky, a little harder to paint with, I pulled away the brush and just continued to use heat. Now, this is pretty dry. There might be a couple little spots, but it's feeling dry already. Once you know that it is 100% dry, then you can do a second coat. And there you have it, a quick coat tumbler. Next, it'll be ready for its epoxy as soon as you know it is 110% dry. I like to leave mine out for just a little while just to be safe. I mean, it feels dry to the touch. It's just a personal preference that I leave it sit to make sure it's extra dry. So there you guys have it. That is Stick Tight and a quick coat from Counter Culture.